the stock market, meaning companies, new highs.
I'm not fucking leaving. The show goes on. Nuts. They're nuts. They know nothing.
An online network called Internet.
Well, it's very hip to be on the internet right now.
Welcome, my degenerates. The rest of your life starts right now on Market Mania, presented by Kalshi. The no bullshit approach to all markets, including election betting, cryptocurrency, and the largest casino in the world, the U.S. stock market. We are back, baby. Shout to Kalshi for the support, and Elon the dog is a good boy. Quick news and notes before we begin. Please like and subscribe here. We need to trick the algorithm to know that we are hot shit, and we need your help to do that. Tell all your friends, grab 15 devices, and just go ahead and smash those buttons. The election special is going to be bananas. November 5th, mark your calendars. Tons of poker and gambling, celebs, and names that you know. And we're looking for a YouTube clipping person. That is a paid position. If you like the show and you want to cut stuff from the show into smaller clips, then slide into those DMs. Top story today. The FBI made a crypto token honeypot called Next Fund AI. Brett Ritchie, wow, they love to do this, don't they? What were they even going after here?
Yeah, so here they're going after market makers where they would basically, the FBI creates the coin, they go out and like hire people to be a market maker. As Matt knows from Wall Street, in the traditional finance world, there's a lot of rules and regulations on market makers. You can't just do whatever. Wash trading in one is something that's pretty heavily frowned upon. And these guys essentially got in trouble for wash trading. On it was a wild case because they're arrested all over the world: India, Singapore, U.S., Europe.
And this was a simple like ETH token, and then they just launched the ETH token. They reach out to all these, like, everybody talks about the cobble here and there. I've never really dug into it. I don't really play with any of these like low cap weird things. But so they just reach out to them and they're like, hey, will you just, will you pump our rookie numbers on all like the DEX screeners and all that stuff? Yeah,
basically. And for a cabal, I mean, the FBI is pretty high up there. You would think pretty powerful. So this AI coin, it ran up. And then it crashed. And obviously a ton of like normal innocent people, you could say, got caught in the crossfire where they might have just been buying because they saw the volume, they saw the coin going up or whatever. And then obviously once the sort of arrests come in, that thing is going to go to zero pretty quickly. But yeah.
Did this coin purport to do something to like, or they were just simply just like put AI in the name and let's go, baby, and just launch that sucker?
I think it's a combination. There was a lot of buzzword bingo going on, but at the end of the day, there was no, similar to a lot of crypto, there was no product being built. Like, this was the product.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Glantz, I can understand why you don't participate in this world in any way. There are shenanigans coming fast.
These guys aren't real market makers. They're just there to promote a coin, put up fake trades, create interest. It's a marketing gimmick, but they're not real market makers. Yeah. It's all one big scam.
Find something you love as much as the FBI loves entrapping people, by the way. But I don't know. This one is not, I don't have a strong opinion on this particular one.
The latest meta for this cycle of crypto has been meme coins and has been a dog token that gets to $1 billion cap. It is so strange. I could have never predicted this 10 years ago. I'm shocked at every single new iteration of this. Put that on the back burner because the hurricane came and went. We still have Matt Glantz here. That's good to see. I guess there is a tomorrow for you today. That's good. So what did the Kalshi markets do? What did this thing hit at? And Glantz, you're good?
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the east coast of Southern Florida. I'm near Palm Beach. So we didn't take a direct hit. It went right past us. It actually sped up as it went across land and went right past us. The hurricane really wasn't that bad for us, but the tornadoes were insane. I mean, there's a neighborhood right down the street from me that got destroyed. I mean,
I thought
nice
tornadoes were a Midwest thing. They're just in South Florida now.
I'm surprised. I mean, it was part of the hurricane, but there's a neighborhood where there's cars leaning up against houses.
Jesus.
There's a car on top of a roof, maybe a mile from me, but we felt none of it. It's just like these tornadoes just pop up and just ravage. But it's crazy.
As I understood it, amateur meteorologist here, once the Kalshi prediction markets start betting on hurricanes, I have to dig into that NOAA site. Lots of data there. That it looks like that the massive Milton just spun off a bunch of tornadoes from the hurricane. That's as I understand it. And I mean,
it's like out of a horror movie, like an action flick.
Glance posted a couple videos of some insane stuff right next to his house. We are glad that you're okay. Brett, did you bet on any of this? Did you have anything? What was landfall?
I didn't, but I followed it. Tony, can you scroll back up to the chart? Because it's a wild chart. So this thing, obviously through July, August, no one thinks a hurricane's necessarily going to hit Tampa. Look how high it spiked. It hit 90 cents or something that this hurricane was gonna come and hit Tampa. It technically did not hit Tampa because you can see that this market is still open. And now there's only about a third of a chance that a category 1 hits it later this year. And then the other ones are extremely unlikely. But some of these were trading. I think category 2 was over 50 cents yesterday. So weather is hard to predict. But if you were on the right side here, especially at the right time, you could have absolutely printed on this market.
I think prediction markets are going to be very important, especially just one small use case is teaching people about hurricanes. I saw like category 5 was somehow trading at positive numbers, where that's almost impossible for a category 5, just mathematically so, as they slow before landfall. And I think the prediction markets are important to teach people. You know, you have all this crazy stuff on Twitter, all this like, it's a man-made hurricane and they're seeding the things and they're flying the plane in there and they're making big ones. And like, you know, prediction markets are going to teach people. I think there's going to be some hard financial lessons to be learned. And it's very, very interesting as these things mature. That is going to close the book on Milton, even though it's still going on and there's still some devastation. Did that Lieutenant Dan guy make it through? Did anybody catch that?
But then he got
some sort of a grifter.
Yeah, he got what's the name of that? Milkshake ducked. They released his 14 mug shots. Most of them were failure to appear, though. So, but I think he might have done time in prison for beating someone with a violin. I saw an EMT. I don't know.
We don't have the deep research in there. I saw he went viral, and then I also saw a bunch of people came out. They're like, whoa! Before you give this guy money, let's take a look at the history here, at the body of work. Okay, so we're glad you're safe, Glance. And then that's going to bring us naturally into the Circle token, which Brett Ritchie, I know, had, and this thing's up 2 million in market cap since we opened it to start the show. But what is this thing? What is this new chain? And put this on. This is brand new on the radar for me, Brett.
Yeah. So Circle is on Shape, which is a new L2 on ETH, EVM. It is a sort of art and NFT L2, right? They have an X copy drop coming. They're trying to cater, I guess, to the NFT crowd, I would say. So I was kind of excited about it because I love NFTs. And even though that market just completely crashed when NFTs were great, it was just so good. So I'm always looking for like another evolution of that concept. And I still hadn't bridged over to Shape. It was in the back of my mind to do. I saw this on Twitter and I was like, for whatever reason, it just got me to bridge over. So I bridged over at like 500K. I bought some. And then I'm like, okay, well, then it ran up to maybe 1.2. And I'm like, okay, like I'm going to sell and free roll, right? I'll take my buying back and free roll. I couldn't figure out how to sell. I was trying to write to the contract. I was like looking all around. And then the button was on the website. It was the same button as buy. There's just this little arrow up top. And so it took me an hour to figure it out. It ran up to 4 million then. I'm like, well, and also during that time, I'm checking the top holders out. And the top holders were pretty concentrated. It's like one of those coins which could be risky, right? A lot of the supply is in a few hands. So I exited thinking, well, I couldn't figure out how to sell, therefore other people won't. So when they can, this thing is going to crash. I was wrong. It just kept going. I mean, I love the concept. This is the whole thing. Contract address up top and a circle with the real-time market cap in the middle. That's the project. I think it's genius, and I think that it actually might unleash an entirely new meta with a lot of projects doing this sort of thing.
Hey, Brett, for someone that's too old to understand this stuff, what does that black circle with the number that keeps going up mean?
That's just the total market cap of the coin.
This is like a Ponzi scheme. You just buy into it and hope it goes higher and sell it before everyone else does.
It's an art project, Matt.
It's an art. Art is a black circle.
This is it. This is the whole coin. This is the project. I think it's great.
Project.
This is great. It's
I'm old, but I could do a black circle on Paint Shop on the computer.
Hey, we can fire up a Elon the dog is a good boy coin with the black circle.
I don't understand. What is the point of this coin?
Number go up.
That's it.
Coin. You know the airplane game? This is the airplane game.
What do you guys mean? You just bought there's what do you mean?
There's a billion coins.
It's a Ponzi scheme if that's all it is.
No, it's not a Ponzi scheme. It's a billion coins. They're all released and they're free market and anyone can buy or sell them as they wish. And the current value is just going to be displayed on this page.
What is the utility of the coin?
There's no utility. I mean, the utility is it's the utility
of width
in your heart.
So there's no utility, and it keeps going up as long as people buy it.
That's the good thing about crypto. There's no utility to 98% of the fucking Nasdaq.
You could make that case for the greater meme coin market and this entire meta. I don't know if you know about.
I don't know about any of this.
This is a good one thing. I'm out of it. I'm fucking mad. I have a small moon bag, but I'm mad. I'm mad at myself for dumping the whole thing. I meant to sell only some, and I cowardly just dumped the whole stack. So
I'm with you, Matt. I'm with you, Matt. This entire meme coin cycle is basically based on that. And it's interesting to add an art component to it. And then it really does beg all the questions, like what is art? What is it begs all those questions.
I think this is genius.
Brett, you might want to look up the definition of Ponzi scheme.
I think this is genius. You should look up the definition of genius because this is amazing.
And with that is a great segue into gambling real money we're gambling our money, guys, just right in front of you. Not on that, but on other things on Kalshi. Tony, the producer, thank you for producing this show and joining us. Tell us about how we're firing our real money.
Well, as you know, Kalshi is our new sponsor. They saw the vision with this show, and I just wanted to get on Kalshi with some of our own money and start hitting some of these markets because I know we've got insights, we've got alpha, and we're going to monetize those insights. At least we're going to try. So our challenge is to go 10K up to 25K between now and the election. We'd love if you guys follow along and sweat us on this, and today we're going to make our first trade. The one that we've selected is Kamala Harris, no. And Brett, I think you had an awesome breakdown on the logic here. I'm going to go ahead and start clicking some buttons right here on Kalshi.com in real time. We'll place our bet. But Brett, if you could explain our thinking behind
Micon has the logic here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not this one ain't too hard, but I mean, Tony the producer is gonna just sail in the first $1,000. We loaded the account with 10K. We're going to try to run it to 25K. Probably most of the bets are going to be during election night, or at least I'm sure we're going to be clicking a lot of buttons that night on November 5th. But this bet is just, we're putting 1,000 on Kamala no. The thinking is, and I've said this a few times before, this is my favorite strategy so far as I'm digging into the election, is that on the night of the election, if anybody remembers our special from 4 years ago, the first couple states to report are red. And so the very first numbers that everybody has, it looks like Trump is going to just be winning at the beginning. This is a total level one wager. And then we saw it last time. We'll see if it happens this time, or if all of a sudden the election betting markets got super efficient. And we are going to essentially swing trade Kamala no here. And so we expect at the very beginning of the election on November 5th, when it starts reporting I expect these shares to go up. They'll be like, oh my God, Trump might be able to win the general, or might be able to win the popular vote. And then we're just going to dump, maybe 8:30, 9:30, 7:30, whenever the first results start to come in. I don't know.
Trump wins all 50 states, including New York and California.
And Glance, what do you think about this? What do you think about this?
Let me get the trade mic on. So we're betting on the Trump Ponzi scheme, and we're going to sell it before it matriculates on election night. Basically, what we're doing.
Legal Ponzi scheme, exactly, and that is exactly what we're doing. Okay. We're already stuck $22. We're stuck 22 bucks already.
So we're not trying to own this bet. We're trying to just buy it and sell it before all the other suckers are buying it at a higher price. And
I had Hillary to win the nominee and the presidency for that same logic. And then when Biden dropped out, they went up and I sold.
Hey,
it was great.
Our logic, you can argue it all day long, but what can't be argued was how easy this whole process was. I put $10K cash into our bank account yesterday afternoon at like 4 p.m. I sailed it into Kalshi. I woke up this morning, the $10K was sitting in our account. I went right on here, I clicked 2 buttons, and our $1,000 was put down on that. It's just so easy. It doesn't get any easier than this. If you want to support us, click on the link in our description, Kalshi.com/marketmania, Kalshi.com/marketmania. That is the best way you guys can help us out. If you really support us and really like this show, that's how we get to keep doing this. Go put some action on Kalshi. It's just so easy. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I think we got a pick of the day coming up. Thank you very much for running us through that.
We are going to keep clicking buttons, and thank you, Tony, the producer, for handling all of the business there. Thanks to our sponsors. You can see we're using the money wisely. Appreciate that stuff. We're really, get it in action. And we are going to keep showing you every single bet that we make on this account. We are going to just put our cards on the table, and then you can see if we can complete the Kalshi 25K challenge. Now, safety glasses are on. This is not investment advice hat is coming back, baby, to Market Mania, and it is now time for the Market Mania pick of the day. Matt Glantz, what is your pick of the day?
Novavax, NVAX. It's like a $12.75 stock right now. You guys remember it was like $100 stock back in the day with Moderna and back with the pandemic. But today we're looking at a merge play. It's sort of like half vaccine and half bird flu. We got some cases of human bird flu in California now. So if that gets hot, if it gets hot, mic on.
Hey, I love a good knife catch.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah. Oh, boy.
I'm gonna do a little back scratching here.
Oh, boy. We are bringing out all of the stops today. What year is it? We got a Novavax call. I mean, is this 4 years? Where is this? Is it 2020? I'm not even wearing a watch. Brett Ritchie, that's great, Glantz. Thank you very much for the Novavax, putting that back on the radar. I remember that ran up big time.
I was looking for the comment from Mike on, but it didn't go through.
What was I supposed to do? No, tell me, because I'm going to lock it in next time.
Drop it like it's hot. We'll get to the wrap later.
We're still dusting everything off on the new Market Mania 2.0 here. Brett Ritchie, what is your pick of the day?
My pick of the day is Pups World Peace, which is a rune on Bitcoin. I'm a big fan of this runes ecosystem on Bitcoin. It basically takes the crypto we've been using with MetaMask and ETH and all that, and it takes us back to like dial-up internet. There's a lot of friction. It's slow. It's expensive. The tool and infrastructure is just not ready yet, which I love because this is still on Bitcoin, right? This is a meme coin on Bitcoin. The market cap is like maybe 180 million, but there's only a handful of coins that have a higher market cap on Bitcoin than this Pups World Peace, which is corresponding to the Pups, the Bitcoin Puppets Ordinal. I'm a big fan of this whole ecosystem, and I think it's a good time. Like, there's so many scams and sophisticated actors in these EVM and Solana chains. Playing in runes is a way. You're obviously not going to avoid that stuff completely, but you level the playing field a little bit more than some of these insider traded cabal coins. And the market cap of the entire ecosystem is cheap. It's meme coins on Bitcoin. I think it's the best place to spend time in crypto now, as we will get more into on tomorrow's crypto focused only show, where I'll also reveal my number one pick in this ecosystem, which is not Pups. I do like this coin a lot, though. I think if you want to get in here, it is a reasonable coin to buy.
What happened to Doge?
Not investment.
That's the Bitcoin of memes. So I think that's a fine play, but like those market caps I find less interesting. I'm trying to find 10x pluses typically, or at least have the chance for it. But yeah, Doge is great. It's a Bitcoin of memes. I think it's always going to be a monster.
Thank you very much, Brett. Finger on the pulse in the shenanigans world of meme coins today. Love those two calls. And we are going to get to my pick of the day, which I basically already, I kind of already dumped this on you, but it is the Kamala no I like the Kamala no in the popular vote. I love this play. I love this swing trade play. I'm making it myself. Not investment advice, of course, but I think that there's so much money that's going to fly in election night that people are betting on this so religiously. I just think that the first couple of states go red, and I think this market goes. I think the Kamala no skyrockets.
Mike, make it clear that your plan is not to hold this position. Your plan is to short it now and buy it back election night.
All I want to do, I don't care who wins the actual popular vote. All I think is that pop at when the very first results start coming election night, that is the exit point for me on this one trade. That's what. Thank you, Lens. Thank you for bringing that up, because that is an important part of the trade, is the exit on the initial pump, which may or may not happen, but I just think it's going to go. I think it's going to run like last time, like 4 years ago. I think it's going to run like last time. Red states report, and then everybody apes in because everybody's so religious.
And then the cheating ballots come in overnight, and then that's when we win. Yeah, we got to get in ahead of the cheating ballots, I think, is the main goal. Front run that.
Gotta love it. This is going to be the election special is going to be insane. You need to join us. We are looking for our YouTube clipping person. If you want a little paid position, you want to get a little bit of our money, that's great. And then you want to cut the show up. If you really like this stuff, we could use the help. Election night, again, you really need to lock the calendar in for November 5th. And then this is going to be another epic stream. It's our biggest stream ever, was 4 years ago. And then we're going to do it again, and we're going to do it so much better. Market Mania show on Twitter X. And then thank you to Shaniac. Thank you to Shane Schleger for remembering one of the fun devices from last time that me, Brett, Matt, and Tony all forgot. And it was that I like to leave you with some words from one of the modern day poets of our time. In this case, for today, it's going to be Wants and Needs by Drake. And this is the Lil Baby verse. And it goes a little something like this. I hit today, by tomorrow she miss it. I grab her neck, she look up, then I kiss it. I'm not a goat, but I fit the description. I like to pour, so I get the prescription. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to keep this thing on eternally. And we will see you tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow. But for now, it's lights out.
I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. I never sleep if I don't have. I never sleep. I never sleep if I don't have my medicine. Time to right the wrong, so your hands in the air if you like the song. If you're going over there, take it twice as long. Last time ain't talking about Tylenol. Oh, I bet you'd like to know. You can come around the way if you're trying to go. If you want to switch lanes for a pot of gold, or a domino, out of control. The usual, get mad cause I'm looking at your girl. Switch it up. I do it so much louder than everything you've heard. Everybody heard that the word that the world wasn't turning. Act like you're in a jury, power of attorney where I would turn in. Can't lie like Mississippi burning. Don't act like you're in a daze. I imagine you to look the other way. Couldn't clear space on my mind. Was afraid of the time. Strobe light flicking in the moonlight. I'm in the mood right now. How about tonight? My interview's tight now. I was surviving.